Happy Tuesday, everyone. It is September 26th, 2023. My name is Kyle, and this is Maker Notes. And today we're going to talk about this really beautiful hat. Ta-da! This is a hat that Ashley knit for us. Thank you, Ashley, for knitting the sample. This is called Wild Herring. The Wild Herring hat is a pattern that's designed by Deborah Doherty, and it uses the technique of brioche. So brioche is a really awesome textural, dimensional technique that everyone seems to love right now. So what's really cool about this is you can see that sort of the main feature pattern on this right now is that cream color. But when we turn this inside out, the sort of featured main color is the other. It's like this, the rusty color. So you kind of get two hats in one. So a light and a dark, or dark and a light. You choose whatever color combo you want, right? So the two colors that were used in this hat, it just needs one ball each of two colors of a yarn called Love and Lee. And Love and Lee is a yarn from Zitron. It is a single ply merino, 100% merino. Lovely twist. It has a lot of spring to it. It's a very squishy yarn. And there's 109 yards on one of these 50-gram balls. These two colors, this is color 312 and color 310. So the two of those together are what we use to make the hat sample that we have. And there's plenty left over, even with just one ball each of these. So those two are what we use to make the hat that we have the sample of. And our deal, what's the deal? If you buy two or more balls of Love and Lee now through Sunday, we're gonna give you a copy of the Wild Herring hat that's by Deborah Doherty. We're doing that now through Sunday. I think I said it twice, but anyway, that is the deal. And what we'll do is we will purchase the pattern from the designer through Ravelry, and we'll send it to the email address that you use when you check out. If you have Ravelry, you can give us your Ravelry name, and then we can put the pattern in your library. We'll also print a copy, and we'll include a copy of it in your order as well. That way, when your package shows up, you have your yarn ready to go. The yarn's all wound because it's in a ball, and you have the pattern, it's printed. You just have to grab your needles, find a little bit of time, and you're ready to cast on. Other color combos. So what about a nice wintry looking one? So this is color 300. It's a beautiful sort of crisp white color. And I'm trying to see what these color numbers are. I want to tell you what they are so you have an idea. This is color 319. So 300 and 319 would make a really fun hat, like a blue and white wintry. It almost might look like a snowflake. That'd be cool as an option. Here is a beautiful deep purple. This deep purple is color 305 paired with, what are you, 307. 305 and 307 is fun. It's a deep foresty green with a lovely purple. That would be a great hat as well. And I just can't get over how awesome it is to have this reversible hat. So maybe it's purple and green, or maybe it's green and purple. You get to decide which way you want your hat to be facing the world. What side of your hat do you want the world to see today? This is color 311. It's a beautiful rust. And then this is an ombre. This is color 55. So color 55 is this blue ombre. It goes from a really lightish blue all the way down to sort of a deeper purple and lots of colors in between. So if that's your featured color, you're going to see sort of a gradient of some kind. And then with a background of this rust, or if you flip it the other way, you'll have one way or the other. I'm going to mix those up when I talk about them, but it could be that the pattern is this rust color or the pattern is the blue color. So that we don't stop, we just keep going, right? Other options, if you wanted to do black, black is color 317, and we're pairing black with 315. So red and black would be fun, or black and red, one way or the other. That would be a really bold, bold pattern as well. Another one that could be fun is this multi. This is color 52. 52 paired with 302. So it's a pewtery gray with this fun multi. So this is a nice, stable, solid color, and this one is a little bit unpredictable in its color changing. So that would make a really fun pattern or a fun background either way, depending on which way you turn that hat. I have two more here for those of us who are in the Pacific Northwest. We do love our Puget Sound. So here is color 318, color sort of of the water paired with that nice mossy green that's color 308. So the two of these are sort of reminiscent of the Seahawks colors. So it's like the moss and the trees and all the green stuff in our beautiful green Emerald City state, and the deep, beautiful blue water of the Puget Sound. So the green and the blue that make up the Seahawks colors. And then the last one that I have here is another multi. This is color, looks like 238, and then a light silvery color 301. That'd be really cool too. So whatever color combo you choose, there's lots of them, and there's probably more that we're gonna see as people place their orders, and it's always fun to see what you come up with color-wise. So can't wait to see those come through. Make sure that you make your purchase before Sunday, October 1st, and when you buy 2 or more balls of Love and Lee, we're gonna give you that pattern, the wild herring pattern, as a gift for free. Now, for those of us who don't know how to do brioche, there's this book here. This is by Leslie Ann Robinson. It's called Brioche Knitting, right? It's for beginners, and we all begin somewhere, right? And it's another guide. So this book will start all the way through the very first steps with really clear images, how to do brioche and manipulate the stitches. What do the chart symbols look like? What do they mean? How do you go about making things in this technique? And from there, you keep going and you get to start making cowls and get to make sweaters. Look at that. That's a gorgeous sweater. So anyway, this is a really fantastic pattern book. Leslie Ann Robinson is a wonderful designer. We like this book for people who are interested in learning how to up their game. We encourage you to grab a copy of this book if you're interested. We have a few of them here in stock. And then since we're talking hats, why not talk about this hat book? So I love this hat book because it is kind of a recipe book, and you'll remember things like this from childhood. I remember this from my childhood. So there are hats in here, of course. This is by Joe Alport, so I'm trying to get to a place where I can show you how this works. So here you go. So there is a brim, right? There's the body of the hat, and then there's the crown. And each one of these, so let's just say, oh, that body's, I'd rather have something that's more interesting. Oh, well, what about that as the body? And oh, maybe I want a different crown. So you can change it and do, what about this crown? That's kind of a fun one. And maybe if I don't want it to be ribbing, maybe I want it to be this kind. So you could make this hat following these instructions. So we'd start with the brim and knit it by following these instructions. Then the body is here on this little third of a page. And then the crown shaping is all right here. So the way that this hat book was written, it's so that you can decide which combination of these you might be interested in making. And from there, you have the pattern right here. So what I would do if it were me and I had access to a copy machine, I would figure out what I want here, and I'd probably make a copy of this page here. So I have all of the instructions on one page. I don't have to carry the book around or worry about which crown was I using, So if you make a copy, you just have it all right there. So that is what this book is about, how you use it. 10,000 Knitted Hats by Joe Alport. Got a couple of these left as well. And the other thing I would say about this is if you are working on a hat on your own and you need some inspiration as far as crown shaping and that kind of thing, there are so many different crown shaping in here, so many different brim ideas, so many different body ideas. So you can use this as a jumping off point in creating hats of your very own, your own sort of style. So 2 books, super fun to look at and consider. Then what else? Oh, James Cox is going to be here. So James Cox is a knitwear designer. He's been doing design for over 4 decades, so over 40 years, and he's going to be here on October the 3rd. That is a week from today. And I believe Karin is going to be here as well, which will be a treat for those of you who have been asking about our fearless leader. Karin is going to be here to talk with James. They are good friends, and we get to learn a little bit about his design aesthetic and his, all his wonderful life that has been full of inspiring things. So he's a really cool guy. I think it'll be fun to get to hang out and learn a little bit about him and his design process. And again, that is going to be this coming Tuesday, October the 3rd, 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. All of the login information is on our website, the passcode and all of that stuff. So you can check that out or go to our calendar on makersmercantile.com. Go to October on the 3rd, you'll see the page, the little like date thing, the topic that's happening that day. Click on that button on that day and you'll be led to all of the information, including how to log on. So that's a lot of fun. The very last thing I will say is a big, wonderful, huge thank you to all of my amazing students at Yarn Over. I was just in Minneapolis over the weekend and got to hang out with some really inspiring students, some amazing instructors, and just a fantastic group of people that make up the Minneapolis Knitters Guild. So that was a lot of fun. It's my second chance to get to do that, and that was a wonderful opportunity to get to spend some face-to-face time teaching people and getting to learn from them as well. So a big thank you to a wonderful group. I am excited every time I get to spend time with you and other groups like you. So thank you very much for having me there. And the last thing I guess I'll say is this is the end of our video. So make sure that during this week you do something good for yourself. You reach out to a friend or family member, let them know you're thinking of them. And between now and Friday, we are going to have lots of things to talk about. This weekend, I will also just mention, sorry, it isn't the last thing. This weekend is the Pacific Northwest Fiber Expo. This is in Port Townsend. So I'll be there, which is very exciting. It is a fun little show that I'll be bringing knitting needles and kits and all kinds of stuff. So if you're in the area, come by and say hi to us. It is always good to see people milling out and about and supporting fellow fiber community people. So that really is it. I am talking everyone's ear off. Have a wonderful week, everyone. I will see you again on Friday. Thanks for watching. Bye.